일상대화, 일상생활 대화가 겹치는 것들이 많으니까 뭐 문제가 좀 처음에 어렵겠지만 나중에 빨리 쉬워져요.
How's it going, guys? Howdy.
Hi.
No, that's your line. Shit.
Howdy doody.
All right.
Partner.
So here we got four 멋있는 남자. You guys all speak Korean really well, and we're in the meetup on Saturday in Gangnam, and we're talking about what's it like speaking Korean well in Korea as a foreigner. Okay. And so you guys, I know you guys speak really well. I've heard you all speak. Why don't you just introduce yourself, where you're from, what your Korean level is, and then we'll just start talking about what it's like. So I'm David, I'm from Canada. My level is about upper intermediate, okay, in Korean. I've been here about 2.5 years.
Really?
Upper?
Okay.
What do you say, lower? Upper advanced maybe? No.
Upper beginner?
Oh, come on.
Just kidding, I'm kidding.
Man, let's go this way.
My name is Rafael, I'm from Brazil, and I think that I am intermediate, upper intermediate as well. I guess so.
Okay. Sean.
Yeah, everything they said, the same.
Are you Brazilian as well?
Yeah. No, hey guys, what's going on? What's cracking? My name is Sean. Nice to see you, nice to meet you. I'm from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love in the United States of America. I am also maybe somewhere in that intermediate range.
And my name's Joe. I'm from Indiana. It's close to Chicago if you don't know.
Really?
Yeah. It's the only place people know when I say I'm from Indiana.
I know it's on Monopoly. But you said Texas.
Indiana.
I said Texas by mistake.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't say
I
anything.
never said anything. I didn't
It's
even
not
say
my fault.
Speak for yourself.
I'm planting seeds. I'm Machiavellian over
Well,
here.
yeah, I've been here for 6 years, and I consider myself more lower advanced, or at least fluent in Korean.
I'm gonna bring mine down to intermediate actually.
Okay, good job.
I want to redo my introduction.
So I'm beginner then.
No.
Yeah.
I'm living here for just 3 years. You are here 16 years?
Six
years.
Six
okay.
plus. Yeah.
6 plus.
Double.
A double.
I'm
yeah, so
twice
if
as good
I
as
am
you.
intermediate, you are pretty advanced.
Yeah.
So the point is, we all
Double
speak.
intermediate.
We're all pretty comfortable with Korean. We can get around. We can speak well.
I understand well.
Koreans usually respond with "정말 진짜 잘하시네요," right? Always like that.
Yeah. Well, they do that no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people might be curious. They're learning Korean. What's it like? Is it worth it? How was your experience speaking Korean well in Korea as a foreigner? Anyone want to kick it off?
Well, you had something to say.
Well,
Second.
in my opinion, I think
Yeah.
that the greatest advantage of learning Korean in Korea is to be able to understand the Korean culture itself. Because there's a lot of misunderstandings going on if you don't know exactly how to express yourself in Korean, or if you just translate some sentences from your language to Korean. Sometimes it can be a little bit offensive for them, and you have to be aware of to speak politely or not. So if you get to know how to speak Korean, it's way better for yourself. It's gonna be way easier for you to get introduced to Korean culture and Korean society itself. So that's the biggest point of learning Korean.
Definitely, I agree with that. Like, I think there's kind of two. If people are kind of simple all across the world, and they like to put categories, right? If you don't learn any Korean, you're going to be slumped in the category of kind of like the obnoxious foreigner who's here, and automatically people just give you they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you look like you put some effort into learning Korean right there without even learning a whole lot, you're gonna be in the other group. You're gonna be in the group, the guy who's trying, who respects the culture, and you'll just get advantages just from that. I think. What do you guys think? Well, bad things too is always good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point, yeah.
What I love about Korean is the more I learn, the more I gain a new perspective. So it's not just translating the words you already know into a new language. At first it is, but then the more you learn, the more you realize that these words aren't the exact same, and that they're a little different. And so you learn those new perspectives and how you use those words. And I just love, rather than living in Korea, I love the fact that I can live in Korean. So people say, let's watch a movie. My Korean friend doesn't have to think about, oh, you can't watch that movie, there's no subtitles or this. They just say, let's watch this movie. And I say, okay, sure. And we go watch a movie, no matter if it's got subtitles or not. And so I love it. The more my Korean advances, the more my Korean friends, they just don't think of me as having any handicap, and they just like, oh, he might not be able to eat that, or he might not be able to do. They're just like, it's Joel. He can do anything. And so
they accept you as a Korean.
yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but that was really interesting. You said like you're not translating words. It's not like yagi means like talk or conversation. It's different.
Yeah.
You got any examples that made you think about that?
I mean, of course, there's always those false, like you think it's the same for 3 years, and then you realize one day, wait, that word means something different. Like aparte. Like I thought aparte and apartment were the same.
Yeah.
And then I realized, no, aparte in Korean, aparte is an apartment building. But there's no actually word for apartment in Korean. It's just like you say 월세방 or 촌세방. But you don't have the word for an apartment room. But things like that are stuff like 친구 and friend.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have a
I don't know this one.
친구. But like friend is about having emotions and having close ties to that person. But 친구 is just sometimes
That's it.
we're the same age.
Someone that you know,
We're in the same
you're not
circle.
close that much.
Yeah.
친한 오빠, 친한 동생.
And
That's why
know
they
that,
usually
know
say
that.
친한 친구. Like,
I thought 친구 could be like the emotion. So in Korean, how would you spell that in Korean? Like friend?
no, actually, how I would say friend in Korean, like is betpu, best to friend in
Betpu.
Korean.
There we go.
Is,
Betpu.
well, when I think friend is in
That's
Korean,
new
they
for
think
me,
betpu. So I think there's only one best friend, but Korean people they think, no, I have like 20 best friends.
Betpu.
Like I don't get that.
친구 and betpu. Okay, what do you think? 친구.
친구. Hey guys, hello again. I don't know. I think it's an interesting country to live in and study, because unlike Japan, I think it's important to say first and foremost, you don't need to learn Korean to live here.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of people in that boat, many soldiers, many first year, second year, teachers, many students, and they can get by. And the thing is, if you live in Seoul, many people speak English.
Yeah.
Ton of people speak English, especially in these hot neighborhoods like Hongdae, Itaewon, Gangnam. So, that can be convenient, but also it can be a little frustrating too for someone who's trying to really immerse themselves in the Korean kind of society and culture and whatnot. But just want to say that if you decide to embark on the Korean learning journey, there are a plethora of advantages. It's true.
There's a lot of advantages. Well, I want to ask a few more questions. Next one is like it's hard. Like you just led into that. It's hard. It's such a different language. Like going from English to French, you learn a new French word, it sticks in your mind fairly easily. You're trying to learn a new Korean word, there's no similarities.
yeah.
You try and think about it, it just falls off your brain. You
Yeah.
don't even. It's just really hard. And like you said, it's hard to get even living in Korea, it's hard to get the chances to speak a lot. So anyways, it's hard. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for you guys? Because I'm sure you've put in countless hours trying to get this to where you guys are. What do you think?
Well, you went last, so why don't you go first? Yeah.
You might be going into the next question. Just tell me,
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
definitely worth it?
Yeah.
What was that laugh?
Because he said countless hours, and I'm like, oh God, how long has it been? It's been so long, and it just never
It's
ends.
endless.
Yeah, it really is.
So you think it's worth it? What do you think?
It's worth it.
I say it's totally worth it. Just seeing the way people have changed. When I didn't speak any Korean, they treated me as an outsider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the more and even when it got better, they still treated me as an outsider. Like you're gonna leave someday.
Yeah.
But now that I'm to such a high point, they say, "Oh, you're invested in this country. You're invested in us."
Right.
And
Interesting.
They see me as different, and I love that.
You like it a lot? So your experience is getting better?
It gets there's a point where you think it won't get better, but but then you break through that, and then people just start treating you different because they can understand you.
All right.
But your pronunciation has to be above
Crisp.
most. Yeah.
Crisp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. I think you described where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I just want to say something real quick to piggyback off you.
Uh-huh.
When I first came here to teach English, I worked in a hagwon, an academy, and all of my co-teachers spoke English, of course, but it was so interesting. I noticed the difference. There was one teacher who had such a fluidity and a good pronunciation that I didn't feel like there was a barrier. There wasn't a gap. It was in a midway point where there was processing time. She just took it in and responded, and I felt so much more comfortable talking to her than I did talking to any of my other co-teachers. I think that's kind of what you're referring to. Is when people can get that, like they're just can relax and just speak.
Yeah.
Whereas like, sometimes Koreans probably maybe feel like they have to simplify things when they speak to you, or speak a little slower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it worth it?
I think it's worthwhile because you feel integrated to the society. That's the most important thing. You feel like they don't see you as you said, as an outsider. They feel that you are somehow Korean, like you have some Korean roots inside yourself. So it's way interesting to see how people change. How even your friends, your best friends in Korea, they kind of change. They treat you as any other Korean friends that they have. That's the most interesting and worthwhile thing. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
It is definitely worth it. And like, you guys are talking about the higher end of it, like when you're don't have that barrier. But even when you got a really heavy barrier, like you're just learning like 안녕하세요, 저는 David입니다. At this point, it's still good because, like for example, if you go to America or Canada and you don't speak English, there's kind of an attitude like, why you're here? Why don't you learn English?
Speak English.
Yeah, exactly. But here it's like they're really supportive. They're like they just want to. It's very shocked, very supportive, and it's if you respond well to that, then you'll feel good learning Korean. Right?
Yeah.
There's always people are saying like, oh, keep trying, that's good. You learned a lot, you speak so well. So that part's good, I think.
And there's a lot of support.
Yeah.
Really honest.
All right. I get another question. Unless you guys, is it better for dating? What do you guys think?
It depends. It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
It's a loaded topic.
Yeah. It is. Well, what do you guys think? Tell me. Unwrap it a bit.
I've got a pretty easy answer. Yes, it's better. The reason is, of course, you're gonna meet girls that will want to date you just for English, but you don't want to date those girls because if the biggest motivator for them dating you is to speak English, that's not a really good connection to the foundation. So to understand her world and for her to understand your world, yeah, I think you should be able to speak Korean, especially to talk with her parents if you get into that, serious part of the relationship. Anyway.
Yeah, if you want a green card, you gotta talk to the parents.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, okay, however you want to see it.
No.
You want to add something to that?
Actually, yeah. When I first came here, I tried to date. But I met some women. I didn't date a lot, but the people I met wanted to learn English, so I decided, if I meet a girl at a bar or any place, I'm not going to speak any English to them at all. I'm going to speak only Korean. And that's how I filter out the people who don't want to learn English from
Set
me.
the precedent right there.
Yeah, it's like,
it.
you're not going to get any English from me.
Yeah.
And later on, I'll start speaking English, but at first, I'm just like, only Korean when I meet you, if I like a girl.
Well, how do girls respond to that? Like, because like if you're speaking Korean, it's still your second language. You're not going to sound as cool as like a really cool Korean guy who's speaking Korean. Right? That's obvious.
Can't compete with that.
Yeah, you can't compete with that. But when you're speaking English, you kind of do have an advantage because like English has an incredibly high status here. So as soon as you're speaking English, it's like this guy sounds really cool, speaking English perfectly. So how do girls respond if you're speaking only Korean?
So, I mean, it depends on if they want to learn English or not.
Yeah.
So the ones who wanted to learn English, they would just like roll their eyes and start talking to their friend.
Okay.
But then the ones who just were interested in me as a person, my
There you go.
Korean sucks.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
the girl.
But I could actually like, okay, she's not paying attention, but she's talking to me now, and we're having a conversation. She's an all right lady.
Okay.
But
Right.
everyone just got tired with my Korean, so I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I walk away.
Yep.
You had it depends.
Well, it depends. It depends on the person. In my case, like in my point of view, actually, I think that if you use your English, they will probably talk to you and everything. But like if I start to speak Korean, they will feel that my Korean is not that high. I don't know. They don't will treat me like as a man. I think that they will treat me as a teenager. I think that because my voice and my Korean, I sound really childish when I speak Korean, I guess.
Yeah.
And my level of Korean is not that high, so to to pick a conversation, to start a conversation with a girl, maybe just like a few sentences in the beginning would be alright for her to catch her attention, maybe. But I don't think that the conversation would like develop well if I just speak in Korean.
Okay.
In my case, actually, because I don't know. That's my point of view.
All right. No. Different levels and different experience. All right. So what do you think? 조금 한국말로 이야기 합시다.
하고 싶으면
오케이.
뭐 다른 언어보다 왜 한국어 구체적으로 한국어 배우는 것을 왜 그것은 더 쉬워요? 한국어 배우는 뭐 쉬운 점
나는
있을까?
모르세요?
그냥 뭐 의견 뭔지 되게 궁금해서.
저는 그 혼혈이니까
혼혈.
어머니 그 한국 사람 있잖아요. 그래서 어렸을 때부터 한국말을 하나도 안 배웠는데
하나도 안 배웠어.
요즘 진짜 그 내 가족에 대해서 관심이 늘었어요.
We'll make a video.
오케이.
그래서 아마 20대 될 때 그 한국어에 대해서 많이 관심이 늘었어요. 그러니까 여러분
뭐 한국 사람들 다 내가 한국 사람보다 한국 사람 같다고 할 때가 많은데 근데 뭐 쉬운 점이라면 일단 한글 읽는 거 쉽죠.
맞아. 한자보다.
네, 한자는 쉽고 한글 쉽고 그냥 한자만
한자,
배우면 새로운 단어는 얼마든지 그 쉽게 배울 수 있는데 한자는 좀 어려워요. 근데 영어도 많이 있고 솔직히 좀 그냥 일상대화, 일상생활 대화가 겹치는 것들이 많으니까 뭐 문제가 좀 처음에 어렵겠지만 나중에 빨리 쉬워져요.
뭐라고 해야 되지? 저 영어 선생님이에요. 그래서 항상 가르칠 때마다 학생은 저한테 뭐 읽는 규칙 뭐냐고 물어봤는데 제가 그냥 규칙이 없다고 어쩔 수 없이 없다고 말해야 돼요. 왜냐면 예를 들면 뭐 thorough, throughout, 뭐 through,
Rough.
thoughts. 그래서 뭐 특히 뭐 이런 같은 단어 뭐 경우에는 뭐 그냥 편집이 왔었잖아. 이 같은 단어 경우에는 뭐 규칙이 없잖아. 근데 한글 읽으면 항상 뭐 읽으면 뭐 발음 뭔지 알 수 있죠.
네, 딱 모르는 단어, 처음 보는 단어여도 딱 어떻게 읽어야 하는지 그럼 딱 바로 알아요.
맞아요. 그래서 이거 되게 쉬워요.
Very interesting. I didn't know it would go in all these different directions. You guys, thank you for sharing your story. You guys can join us and work on Korean here anytime throughout the week. So, we'll see you guys later. Cheers.
반가웠습니다.
Bye.
네. 반가.
반갑습니다. 반가.